live right now, so I don't say anything crazy. Peace, everybody. I'm speaking to those who will be tuning in later as well as tuning in now. Sometimes you got to do stuff on the go, taking care of. And today I want to speak to you guys about Black History Month. And to me, Black History is really World History Month. It's one of the things about being the first people on the planet. Well, that means your history goes back right to the beginning of the planet. And I'm gonna do my best to not keep this shaky because I'm holding this in my hand right now. But a conversation that came up, it was, is Black History Month for Black people or is it for white people or for everybody else? And I say it's a little bit of both. Black history is definitely for us, for Black people, but the world needs to pay attention to it as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Um, and Black history doesn't just have to be learning about the same people that you always learn about. It's not just Martin Luther King Jr., it's not just Malcolm X. Your family is Black history. My fiance, in her wisdom, was keen to tell me that we need to make sure that we're going back and talking to the elders in our families because they have so many stories. Like, the year is 2025, I'm 37 years old. My grandfather, this is in my lifetime, my grandfather knew people who were slaves. That's how close that is to our time period. They like to make it seem like slavery was such a long time ago, but that's not the case. In the perspective of things, it was just yesterday. My father, he lived through segregation. He didn't start going to integrated schools in Savannah until he was a freshman or sophomore in high school. That's not that long ago. And again, that's within my father's time. So, what's been going on with y'all? Are you doing anything to commemorate Black History Month? Are you learning about anything? Anything new? I suggest you go talk to the elders of your family. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button so we can push this up to a few more people. Right now I'm sitting in Safety Harbor, Florida, which is in the Tampa area. Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete. We came down here to view our wedding reception venue. So I decided while I'm down here, let me talk to y'all for a little bit. And also at the same time, editing some footage that we took with my drone. Uh, my uncle, my father's brother, came to my grandmother's house one day. He had a little toy drone with him. And he was like, here, try this out. And he put it in my hands and he was surprised that I could fly it so easily. Um, and it was, it's, when you play video games, you grow up playing video games, the controls are pretty easy. Fast forward till today, and I have a drone business capturing aerial perspectives. Uh, and, doing some in-kind work has led to some new opportunities. Let's see. Hey, I'm trying to do nice to be a nice person, but it won't let me. Maybe somebody says, fart into my eyes, King.
You should start charging for that.
I should start charging for that. There's not enough money. That's a man who put that down there. Trolls, I guess, make the world go around. People who will tune in and write things in your comments. Uh, hey, do y'all think integration was a good thing? Yes or no? I'm of the opinion that, being able to walk this middle path, I can see the positive and negative of all of these things. I think there were more positives for the white people who didn't know Black people like that. They had a certain perspective of us. And once we got integrated, they were able to see, y'all not that much different from us. And I can see the negative side of it from the fact that it seems like morally, like culturally, just how we carry ourselves in society, it's gotten bad since we started hanging out with y'all. Isn't that interesting? Why is that? In my father's lifetime, black people generally stayed in the same areas. There were neighborhoods we weren't allowed to move into. So you had the successful black people, the up and comings, the ones who are working, own their own businesses, teachers, lawyers, doctors, staying in the same neighborhoods as the people who were the blue collar workers, or the ones who weren't doing as well. So you got to see all of that within your neighborhood. So you have something to aspire to, and you can help pull up the people who are living around you. Once integration happened and people started moving out to the suburbs, well, the black people who were doing well with themselves, they started moving out to those suburbs as well, and left, the poor of our people in the hood, in the projects. So now they only have themselves to see. Crime increases, poverty rate goes up. It's just all bad. But one of the side effects of integration, I'm actually getting a little hot. What else should we talk about, baby?
I thought you should have talked about it. Was something that came to me earlier. It wasn't we're doing with this drone, as we didn't. It was a. This was a Black History event. It was the urban history. I thought we should have talked about that, and then it was something else we just did.
Okay, so the drone footage that I captured, uh, Jacksonville has a lot of historic black areas, old black neighborhoods, and one of those areas is called Durkeeville. And there's a wonderful woman who is trying to bring attention to her neighborhood, to the Durkeeville area. And one of the ways that she does that is she does tours of the historic sites in that area. So this past Sunday, there was a bike tour. So people came, they brought their bicycles. There was a company that was working with her, and they were able to go on the bike tour of the neighborhood. And I was following along with my drone, capturing some aerial footage. Um, it's interesting learning about the history of Jacksonville and just it used to be a big place for music. Um, Artists traveling like from, I guess, up and down the East Coast. Jacksonville was one of those main stops. I remember my father telling me about going to see the Jackson Five when they came to Savannah. Him enjoying Earth, Wind, and Fire so much that when he would watch the show in Atlanta and then drive down back to Savannah and watch the show again. And as good as Earth, Wind, and Fire is on their CDs, and I've listened to all of their albums for the most part, he said the live shows are even better. That's one of the things that I felt like I missed out on by not being able to see them in their prime playing live. I've been to quite a few rap concerts, and it's the ones that I've been to. It's really been nothing to write home about. It hasn't been like a life altering experience. Maybe I need to go see Ye perform, because I know he puts a lot into his performances.
I remember what I was thinking. You were
Mm-hmm.
talking about integration,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about the experience I had when I went into that black neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and I went into that black-owned grocery store, and the pride that the people had.
Mm-hmm.
Those men. I it's.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that, but in our neighborhoods, it is very rare for me to see black men walk with so much pride and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can just tell the way they respected that grocery store because it is
Mm-hmm.
ours.
What's up, Joseph? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Ron from Ron's Library and Ideas. I talk about books, occult information, what they call conspiracy theories. And if you're paying attention, the conspiracy theories said a lot of them have turned out to be true. My favorite book is Dune by Frank Herbert. They just came out with a movie, Dune Part 1 and Part 2. But the movie's all right, but it's nothing on the book. Uh, have you read Dune yourself? Because he said, "Yo, Dune is goated." I agree. That's my favorite book. I read it at least twice a year. Okay, hey, if you read the first book and you haven't continued with the series, just read the stuff that Frank Herbert wrote. His son's writing is just okay, but like Dune, Doom Messiah, no, yeah, Dune, Doom Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune. That's my favorite book in the series. It's like Dune, then God Emperor of Dune. Those are the top ones. Um, but what my fiance was just talking about, because of integration, there was a lot of black businesses that got destroyed. We don't have that same type of ownership, and there is a newly built black grocery store in this area in Jacksonville, and she noticed that the men walk around with so much pride.
The owners.
The owners, because they own it. It's something that they're providing a service to the neighborhood, to their people, and they're happy to do. It's something that they can take pride in, and that's cool. It's hard to truly feel like a man when you're living in someone else's house. Like if you're in your parents' house and they're paying all the bills, uh, it's hard to feel like a man in that. And that's really what we have going on living in this American system. Uh, and this goes for white and black people. I've said this before on this channel. We are not in control of our money. You can go out and earn money, but it is the Federal Reserve that decides the value of it by how much they put in circulation, if they're going to raise the interest rates or lower them. So as long as somebody else is controlling your money, can you ever truly be free? Because the money that America gets from the Federal Reserve, they loan it to us and we have to pay that back with interest. That's a scam, ladies and gentlemen. As long that's something they talked about in God Emperor of Doom, Joseph. The God Emperor said, "I control the coinage and the courts, and because of that, you got control of the society." He said, "I take the Pokemon cards." And you know what? Pokemon cards, some of them are very valuable. I'm just now kind of realizing that. I saw a father and son walk into Target when I was in there working, servicing the store, and they brought like, I don't know, a lot of Pokemon cards looking for like this rare card. He was in the checkout line. I think he spent like $1,200 on Pokemon cards. Is he going to get a return on that? Who knows? But that is something that you have a little bit more control over, because it's the people who enjoy them that decide if it's valuable or not. Not so with our money.
Can I join your network when I slow you down?
Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. But I can end this live though.
Well, I just need to start putting transitions and I can't get any.
Okay. You guys, this was just a quick live. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Check out some of the other videos on my channel. Hit like and subscribe. I really need to do a breakdown on Dune and its connection to mysticism and black mysticism. Uh, when you think about anything they call New Age information, uh, all that is just old spirituality that we figured out. So just giving you like some homework. Go and look up the Gnostics, and then go look at Westworld by Jonathan Nolan. That's Christopher Nolan's little brother. Westworld is telling the Gnostic story in a modern setting. And then just pay attention to what your life has going on in it. You'll see, dang, we're living like those androids. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll holler at you next time. Peace.